Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. Hello my Earth cousin, I am a Taurus sun. Thank you so much for collecting here, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the Capricorn crew grow here on Ten of Cups Tarot, please offer a thumbs up so you let the algorithm know that you'd like to see more videos like this if you're enjoying this content. Also, being in the comments really helps when we can talk to each other, we can get each other's energy. These readings become a lot more specific when I can get some energy from you, Capricorn. So please reach out to me in some sort of energetic way, whether it's an emoticon in the comments or reaching out for the thumbs up, whatever it is that you'd like to do. All right, so this reading is always for the week ahead. Whenever I do the specific signs, it is always for the week ahead. This particular one, I'll let you know, today's December 10th as I drop these cards, but anytime you find this reading, it's always going to be for the week ahead. The only reason I'm telling you the date is because there is some things coming up in the week ahead that you should probably know about because they do affect you specifically. So we do have, first of all, on Tuesday, the 12th, we are going to have a new moon in Sagittarius. And the new moon in Sagittarius is going to ask you to take a leap of faith in something that is really, puts a fire under your heart. It's going to have you looking at your expansion. And it's not necessarily about if things will come to fruition, it's about when they do. So please make sure that you are open to whatever comes, whatever the new beginning brings, because that's what the new moon is about. It's about a new cycle. We had the old cycle close, right, with the full moon. And that full moon was in Gemini. We took things off the back burner, brought them to the front, and now we're going to deal with those things, the new beginnings, trying to get those things, flourishing, the new beginnings, right? Taking a leap of faith to do whatever it is that is the passion in your heart. And then we have, on the 13th, the very next day, we have Mercury retrograde. And we are already in the Mercury retrograde shadow period, but it actually goes into retrograde Mercury in your sign on the 13th. And it will be retrograding in your sign for 10 days, from the 13th to the 23rd. So during this time for you, Capricorn, it may be hard to stick to plans. So your patience might be tested because Capricorn wants results. You're kind of a results kind of person, right? You want to see the... you want to see what is going to come of all the hard work that you've put in up to here. And so with not being able to stick to plans or plans falling apart, it can cause misunderstandings, and it's easy to get frustrated in that time. So take your time and don't rush. And Mercury again will move back into Sagittarius. So it's in your sign from the 13th to the 23rd, and then it moves back into Sagittarius, and it'll stay there for the duration of the time until it comes out of retrograde, goes direct on the 1st of January. All right. So all of that being said, we are here to do a reading for you for the week ahead. Over here is going to be the energy of the week ahead. We're going to talk about that, what's coming up. And this side is going to be what's in your blind spot. So there is something right now as I throw these cards, there's something gurgling under the surface, something that is going on right now that you don't see that's in the blind spot. You haven't seen it yet. You might be feeling it, but you haven't seen it. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's look at Capricorn, please. If you're cross-watching a Capricorn, thanks for doing that. Let's take a look. Tell me what's coming up in the week ahead for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. We have the status quo. So it's, the status quo, I feel, is not a place that is you want to stay. You want to pop a tent there, but you don't want to stay there. Look, it's not a bad place to be. Right? The sun is shining, beautiful place to live. It feels like that, you could walk right out into the water. It's not a bad place to be, but, this is a cycle of stability, right? Which is what you like. You like to have stability in the home front, in your pentacle world, and that's what the status quo is. So I feel like in the week ahead, it's just going to be as it always was. It's time to get some footing, get some solid ground. And like I said, you don't want to build a house there in the status quo. It can turn into Groundhog Day pretty quick. But, the same thing happening over and over and over again. But the status quo is a good place to be if you require some stability, if you're coming out of instability. Tell me what is... Ooh, okay. There we go. So we have... I was just going to say, tell me what is in the blind spot. So I want to say that... First of all, with the hidden motivations, I want to say that something's going to come to light. The curtain's going to be pulled back, and you're going to see the happiness that is possible, the happiness that is coming up. I feel that feels like the new moon in Sagittarius. It feels like this curtain is being pulled apart and you get to see all the happiness there. I feel like you're going to get a glimpse of what a really happy, stable, fun life is about. The hidden motivation is, I feel like your hidden motivation, Capricorn, is always about your heart. You are the person who is mimicking the Empress, right? That's the Capricorn energy, the Queen of Pentacles. You're the one who wants to be stable and sturdy and move slow and help others. You're always doting on everyone, maybe sometimes to your own detriment, right? Putting yourself on the back burner. But I feel like hidden motivations, your motivation is always love and happiness. I feel like the curtain's going to be pulled back and you're going to be able to see some of that, but you're not going to believe it. I feel like you are a little bit skeptical at this time. I want to say that it might be because I feel like the status quo is here because yesterday or before that, whatever the past is for you, it feels like you come from some sort of instability and this is your stability. And I feel like you need to be there and repair and heal yourself from the instability. And so I feel like that when the curtains finally open and you do see the beautiful things, that maybe you feel like you're being deceived because you may have been deceived in the previous energy, right? We have fear here. Yeah, it creates a little bit of fear, thinking that there is a possibility that everything could go right for you. I feel it has a little bit of fear and puts you into a little bit of decrease, feeling like things are slipping through your fingers, feeling like your emotions, you can't hold on to your emotions. The emotion might be fear. And then we have courage. So I feel like this is a dip into this energy here, going forward into the week ahead, maybe early in the week ahead, or maybe even right now. Maybe you're feeling a decrease and feeling fearful about moving forward. What I want to tell you, what you don't see, is that I know that you don't trust it, but I really do feel that when the curtain finally opens, you're going to see the most beautiful thing that is coming for you. And it's all because of your courage, because you waded through the decrease and you got through the fear. All right. Look, I just saw planning and action. So I just want to say, be aware that while Mercury is retrograding in your sign, that maybe the plans that you've made up to here just maybe aren't working out very well, but it's a very temporary state for you because on the 23rd, Mercury moves into Sagittarius, which is a far more light and positive energy. All right, let's take a look at tarot. Tell me about Capricorn, please. We need to clarify the status quo for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's take a look. If you are interested in a private read, Capricorn, please look below this video. You will see the link that says more. If you click on that link, it will open a panel. You will find the link to Wizio. It's the only place where you can book me. My readings there, there's a few of them, and they begin at $40. I will be adding some new types of readings in the new year. Tell me about the status quo for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have, you come into the status quo feeling a little bit defensive, feeling like you're blocked, can't make a decision, don't want to see the situation for what it is, feeling like you're in the dark, feeling like you can't move from a place where you're stuck. It feels like a little bit of stuck energy here. It might be because of your finances, or possibly you started a new job and now you're in the status quo, work, eat, sleep, right? You've got to learn the new thing or learn the new circumstances, the new bosses, the new people you're working with. It might have to do with your pentacle energy or money, right? Have to do with money. This is the money king, right? This is the one who wants to settle down, wants the dust to settle. I just want everything to be steady and solid. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Look, if you are someone who's feeling blocked because of something that happened in the near past, I feel like it's about to stabilize itself. That because you've decided to be in the status quo, which is finding stability and it's like wash, rinse, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. It's like you're on a cycle where you're just trying to build up your pentacles. I feel like you're doing a really good job. So if you are someone who has begun brand new, I feel like you're that you're feeling stuck with your money right now, but I want to say what's coming is the Nine of Pentacles. At some point, you're going to feel really sturdy and stable. You'll have a stable home base, whatever it is, but it feels like you're not going to have to want for many things of the Pentacle world, because the Nine of Pentacles is the confidence that I got this. I'm running the business is good, my money's coming in, and I don't really have to worry about it anymore. We have the King of Wands. Tell me more. We have the Ten of Cups. And we have, the Fool. So you have had a new beginning here. So there is a new beginning here, and I feel like you're coming from a place of being really stuck. The Two of Swords is just that. I want to say that the reason that you were stuck, or you're coming into this reading as the Two of Swords, is because there is something here that you just failed to see. I want to say that you didn't realize that you inspire other people. You inspire other people to move forward because you are the person who just never stops, right? You are Capricorn. You just shoulder it. You keep moving no matter what falls down. No matter if you fall down, you get back up. And I feel like because of that, because of your resiliency, Capricorn, I feel like you will have this new beginning here. And you may already be in the new beginning. Take it as it resonates. But we do have the King of Wands here. And that is the one who does move forward, does step forward, and does things through passion, right? Also, the person who is an entrepreneur, the master manifester, the one who is manifesting the King of Pentacles, the stability. So these could be people in your life. Absolutely, they could be. They're both masculine leaning energies. You could know someone who's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could know someone who's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. We have Aries here as well. I feel like what you're working forward or working toward is the 10 Cups. I want to say that after you get your Pentacle world settled, so after you gain some stability in your Pentacle world, I feel like then it's going to be time to be moving on to look for the 10 of Cups. I feel like that's what your inspiration is. The reason that you're in the status quo trying to get your stability here is because you're inspired by the 10 of Cups. You want a happy home, whether that's a place just you live in or whether that's a place with someone else. Take it as it resonates. Could be for you and your kids, could be for you're hoping for a partner, or maybe you already have a partner. So we have the Fool, and I feel like you're going to have what you want. I feel like as long as you keep with this resilient energy, that you're going to be able to move forward to some sort of a new cycle. And guess what? There's one coming up on Tuesday. Yeah, there's a new chapter coming up on Tuesday. It's the new moon, right? The new moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, it's going to ask you to take a leap of faith. It's something that is going to be lighthearted and fun for you. I feel like if you've been feeling really heavy, like there's a lot of heavy stuff going on right now, I feel like it's about to lighten up for you. All right, tell me about this deception and the hidden motivations that are in the blind spot for Capricorn. Okay. So yes, there's a Six of Swords here. I want to say that it was an emotional move. Some of you could have moved house, but the Six of Swords does tell me that you've moved on. You've left the chaos in favor of the calm, and you just took all of the lessons that you learned with you. It could be because of some sort of deception you endured. We do have the Hanged energy, the Hanged Man or Hanged person. There's a woman on the card, but we have Piscean energy. I feel like this deception that caused you to move on is something that really alerted you to your intuition. You weren't listening to your intuition, but I think you are now, loud and clear. I feel like you are thinking things over, ready to make a sacrifice. You did make a sacrifice by cutting yourself away from a situation that wasn't working out for you. There you are, Capricorn. You are the Queen of Pentacles for sure. The one who's mimicking the Empress, right? The one who is striving to be the balance of the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. All of the queens. So I feel like you will have it because you are manifesting it. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords. Oh, you're learning lessons one after the other here. I love it. Yes, making decisions that are hard. There's two swords pointing up here, if you notice, right? The queen has one in hand, and we have the ace of swords. I feel like things are becoming clear to you, or you've gained some clarity, and that's why you've moved from the chaos to the calm, or you've moved away from somewhere here. We've got the two of pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the nine of swords. So what I want to say is, in the blind spot right now is you keep oscillating back and forth towards, I need clarity, I need this new beginning, I need to have this conversation, and then to this queen of wands queen of swords, who is like, you know what? I don't really care. I have my opinion. I know my opinion is good. I liberated myself from the situation. That's good enough for me. It was my decision. I did it my way. And so I think that you go back and forth with, I'm okay with the answer. I'm okay with whatever happened. I'm just going to deal with it the way that I deal with it. But I think the other side of it is, I need more answers. I need clarity. I want to talk to somebody. It feels like it was a sacrifice to move, but I feel like it was necessary, because we do have your hidden motivations, and I feel like the hidden motivations are telling me that really what you want, you weren't getting over here. You weren't getting over here. You weren't getting it, and now you can carry on. The curtains are going to open. It showed you, when the curtains opened, it showed you the deception, and you decided to move along. And I feel like there were some harsh words. I feel like it was the lesson that you learned of the Queen of Swords. You liberated yourself from a situation that wasn't working for you. And I feel like what you don't see, what's in the blind spot here, is that you are growing. I do see the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. That means we just need the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, and you've got yourself a whole Empress, right? I feel like you're growing and learning right now. And it's hard. It's hard. We've got the Nine of Swords here. I feel like you're going through a lot of mental anguish right now, or a lot of mental things, an ending, right? 9 and 1 is 10. And I feel like your decision, two swords up, your decision, it was like something that, there is something here that is a block, and you keep going back and forth with, I don't need the conversation. I don't need the ending conversation. I do need to have another conversation with somebody. I don't need to, you know what I mean? It's like you're going back and forth. I think ultimately you were the one that ended up feeling like you were making the sacrifice. You may have sacrificed home and hearth. You may have sacrificed money. I feel like you feel that you had to sacrifice a lot. This was a learning experience for you. I think that you were supposed to learn, and you did. In the situation, it was a harsh lesson though. So we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. So I feel like your solution to the the Nine of Swords, the solution to the Nine of Swords, the worry, looking too far into the future, looking too far back there, I feel the solution is to get out. Go out, do something, find some friends, keep yourself busy. It feels like you're supposed to be social. Throw that wand in the air, head down the path, don't make any plans, do things like, impulsively. I feel like the new moon in Sagittarius is going to agree with you. We do have the Chariot here. I think you're supposed to move forward. That is your justice, that you're supposed to move forward here. I think it's hard to move forward because the Ten of Wands is here. I feel like you're carrying some baggage still from whatever it was that came to an end back there, or whatever put you into the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is here. Two of Swords, you come into the reading with this Two of Swords here. Let's clarify just a little bit. Tell me about Capricorn, please. Why is the Two of Swords here? I think that you come into this reading as the Two of Swords because you had a blindfold on. You didn't see the situation for what it really was. You felt that you were being inspired in the home, but I don't think that that's what was going on. I feel like you end up in the status quo because something has ended. We have the Nine of Swords here. It feels like 9 and 1 being 10, something did end here that was quite painful. Tell me about the Two of Swords, please. Yeah, you're stuck in sadness here. We've got the Five of Cups. And so you're still not seeing the situation for what it really was. And so I feel you're in the situation of mourning it a little bit. And we've got sadness about the Four of Wands. So it was some sort of live-in relationship, or you were maybe engaged, going to the next level, or you thought for sure this one was going to be the one. And it became very heavy. I want to say that the status quo is the place where you get to drop your burdens, because it feels like with the King of Pentacles present, that's the grown one. I feel like you're growing up, that you're getting your stability, that things are working out for you because now you're inspired to have this new beginning, this new happy beginning. The Ten of Cups is here because I feel like there is a, this is the leap, right? As I was saying, Sagittarius energy in the new moon is like asking you to take a leap of faith. And that's exactly what this is. And that is the week ahead. That's the very beginning of the week ahead. So I feel like you're taking a leap of faith to be happy. You're inspired to have your own happiness here. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with being with anyone. I feel like it's something that you need to figure out yourself about what really truly makes you happy. And putting all of your eggs in one basket, which means like depending on someone else to make you happy, tells me that there are some things that you need to work on just a little bit if that's you. So we have the Lovers here, and we have the Ten of Swords. There was some sort of a terrible ending that happened here, and I'm sorry that happened to you. It's created burdens for you because I feel that you had a blindfold on. You had a blindfold on. You didn't see the situation for what it was, and you were pretty sure that this was going to be the person. And I think that something ended in quite a terrible way. It caused a lot of burdens, and I still think that you're carrying around these burdens, my friend. So the Chariot is here, fast-moving energy, and it's moving like wildfire toward justice, the place where you get karmic justice, you get balance, you get truth. Finally, you get the space to be able to balance yourself without other people intruding on that. So it feels like here you want to be social. You maybe want to call people in so you can drown out these 9 swords. That's what I think. And I think that you're supposed to do that quickly. I feel like you're quickly going to come back into balance because if it's supposed to happen here. It is major arcana, right? So when the Justice card shows up and the Chariot, it tells me that you're racing quickly towards the victory, that you're going to be balanced again. You will have balanced energy, feminine and masculine, and that Justice is here to keep everything, keep it all together. Yeah. All right. Tell me about the deception. Whatever it was that the deception had you move on. It might have been something legal. Could very well be something legal. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the King of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles here. I want to say that there is some sort of a legal issue that you were dealing with, possibly. The 5 of Wands tells me that other people might have been gossiping about it or talking about it. And you were having this fight within yourself, trying to get the balance, but this legal thing might have just, kept you in indecision, not really sure what step to take. I'm not really sure what to do next until you were inspired by the King of Wands. I feel the King of Wands energy tells me that you were inspired then to step forward, and you decided that it was time to maybe talk about it, right? Energy going back and forth, reciprocity, and maybe you're teaching others how to move forward like the King of Wands. Inspired to talk about it, inspired to work it out, inspired to help others. Maybe you healed yourself or are healing yourself through helping others, doing a lot of, you are the Queen, right? You are the Queen of Pentacles. So, we have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy here. We have Libra, we have Cancer, and Libra energy here in the Justice again. So I feel like you do get justice in this 5 of Wands. So whatever you've been beating yourself up about, the truth comes out and you do get justice here. It's like you start finding out things or hearing things about the situation that ended, and you're like, yeah, I made the right decision. I feel like other people start telling you things or talking about it. The King of Wands is the inspiration to move along, or maybe to make sure that it never happens to anyone else, right? To help other people out as well. Tell me why you're still hanging on to this Ace of Swords, though, because I feel like you go back and forth between, you know what, I said my piece, Queen of Swords, but I still need more answers. Tell me why you're going back and forth between this energy here. Because it's like everything you knew to be the way it was is no longer. The Tower's here. It broke down the illusion. And the illusion, you could not see that this wasn't a healthy relationship because you had the blindfold on. The Two of Swords is here. You were stuck in a situation where you could only see one view. Your view, and it was like this. You had the blinders on, right? And the Tower comes here, and now you're seeing things from a different perspective, right? We do have the Hanged Man here, or the Hanged One. I feel like when the Tower comes, you see things in a different perspective now, things that you look back, you saw that there was someone lying to you. Someone was deceiving you. You had the right feeling there. Someone was deceiving you, and I feel like you are going to receive some clarity on that. I think that somebody in your life is going to say, see, this is the things that were happening behind the scenes that you didn't want to see. You weren't seeing things for what they really were. And that's moving on, right? The Six of Swords is about moving. You could have moved house. You could have just moved on from here. But I feel like you need to move on from the lies. You need to move on from the deceit. Because when the curtain pulls back, there is happiness to be had here. But it feels like you're really going to have to get out of the Two of Pentacles first. And that is not only being really busy trying to rebuild your pentacle life, but I feel like you're moving away from the Tower energy, which has obliterated everything that you ever thought it was. So whatever this was here, that was that something that you lost, that you had a loss in, I feel like what you don't see, what's in your blind spot here, is that the move you're making is that you're moving away from liars. I think you've decided to cut people out of your life who are lying to you or not being straight up with you. We have the Tower that's here, and I feel like the illusion has dropped. And I think that it's really important to get out of this needing to know phase, this Ace of Swords here, needing to know more, needing to have the questions answered. And I feel like you're going to be moving more into the Queen of Swords energy where, yeah, I liberated myself, I had to. But I think you're still carrying some burdens here, sweetheart. Yeah. Yeah, you're still carrying some burdens here, right? The Ten of Wands is here. And then we have the Three of Wands. And I don't particularly see this as waiting. I see it's like you on the ship going out to see what's out there for you. We've got the Devil energy here. I want to say that there could be some toxicity, that you might be someone who has to end some sort of toxicity in your life. I mean, look in your group of friends, right? Not all of them are your friends. I'm just saying. I feel like it's like a lesson you learned. It's too heavy to carry. It could be the people that are around you, or people who are alcoholics, or they smoke too much, or they're doing things on a repetitive, obsessive types of behavior that are causing heaviness in your life. I think it's time to see what's out there. The Three of Wands, it's time to go out and see the ships, see what's coming in for you here, because I feel like it's a new beginning. I feel like you do have a new beginning coming, but I think it's going to, what you don't see, what's in the blind spot, is you're going to have a lot of things you have to work through first. Now that you've liberated yourself from the situation, it's time to get your stability. It feels like you are making some sacrifices. I want to say you are making some sacrifices because the Hanged One is here. Sacrifice because I feel like you had to remove yourself from a home or a situation because it wasn't working out. Yeah, it was inevitably coming to an end. It had become very heavy and very sad. So I'm sorry you dealt with that, but look, we've got Temperance here. The universe pops in to say, look, I'm not going to leave you out to dry. I'm going to give you the healing that you need. So take your time, move slow. And I feel like this is coming to you here. This is stuff that might bleed into the next week, but I feel like you really see the situation now for what it was as it comes to the next week. That's what's hiding in your blind spot. I really do feel like people start coming out of the woodwork, and they might be friends of yours, people who really cared for you. They're saying, see, I tried to tell you, but you got angry with me and you stopped talking with me because, people might have seen the situation for what it was, but you had the blindfold on and you didn't. So I feel like that is the realization that's coming up in the week ahead. I think that's in your blind spot. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, and I'll be back with a reading, a retrograde reading. Yeah, in your sign. I'm going to go for now. Love you guys. Bye-bye.